YouTube, what's going on? I want to show you my gym today as promised, and talk a little bit about strength training and cardio and how important it is and how almost anybody can. Now, before I get into it, I'm no expert. I'm not a personal trainer, which would be really nice, but I'm not like up to par to that high standard. But I am a motivator around at my job or wherever I'm at. I try to motivate people, and I'm trying to motivate you today. So let's jump into cardio. All right, so now some people have internal illnesses, which I totally understand because I've had one that lasted about 4 years, and that's what got me overweight and out of shape. So if you have an internal illness, I mean, until it's better, you may not be able to. That's a valid excuse. And another one that's not so valid, but you know, I hear all the time, is I have bad knees. So that means you can't go out and run because you're just messing up your knees further. You're just causing more pain than you are gain, if you understand what I mean. So what you can do is get one of those exercise bikes or use the elliptica. Alternatives, you know, cardio. But you do need cardio. Everybody does. Now, what I want you to remember is that your competition is yourself, you know. So if you know of people who run 10 miles every other day, you know, and you only can run 1 mile, that shouldn't discourage you at all, you know, because now you're trying to run 1 1/4 miles for yourself. But let's stop real quick. So if you can't run, you know, when I was overweight, you know, you got all this extra weight on you and you can't really run, you can power walk. And if you don't even power walk, walking is good. And I hear all these people on my Facebook status and just all over, wherever I'm at, people are telling me, yeah, I did 4,000 steps today. And I mean, compared to just sitting around all day, that's great. But just for what I believe is that you need to work up a sweat if you really want to burn fat and actually get a real workout. And that doesn't mean you have to run or jog. You can actually start by power walking. And, you know what I mean, walk at a fast pace. And if you get tired, you can go ahead and stop and catch your wind and keep going and kind of track how far you're going. You can either have a Fitbit. I don't have anything to track, which I want to get actually in the future. But if you have a tracking device, or you could just mentally track, that's how I do it, how far you go. And, you know, persistence, you know. You don't have to do it every day. You could do it every other day. You can start with 10 minutes a day. But come on, let's get out there and do it. And you'll see over a 2-week period how that 10 minutes that you're walking, or however far the distance is, becomes super easy to the point where you want to walk further, power walk further. All right, and then after, you know, your power walking is getting good, you're starting to lose some weight, I would advise to put some crunches or some core workouts, add that in. And the reason being is once your core is starting to get strong, okay, in my opinion, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but this is just my experience that I'm speaking from. When you start strengthening your core, it kind of tightens up. And when it tightens up, then you don't want to overeat. You know, overeating is a big thing, and I'm guilty of it, and a lot of people I know. But once your core starts getting stronger and tightening up, you won't want to overeat as much. All right, so, you know, you're going on those power walks or jogs or runs, whatever you're capable of. You know, you're adding some core workouts. Now, I mean, you only have to do 30 crunches every other day. It's not like, or every day if you could, but it's not like you got to go out and just break your abs, you know. It's not going to be that painful, you know, and you're going to see massive results. And also, okay, so some people, they work in an environment where they have to move around heavy things, you know, all the time. And other people, there's just more of a, you know, intellectual type of job where, you know, you're with sales or speaking and you just walk around, but you don't really lift or do any labor. Well, both jobs, I'll tell you why. You want to get this cardio in. You want to start strength training. All right, so let's go first with if you're doing heavy lifting, okay? So if you're doing heavy lifting, you feel like, well, you know, I'm doing heavy lifting at the job, so it's all good. I'm getting my workout there. Well, it depends if you're lifting correctly. Now, a lot of times, if you are overweight or if you're out of shape, what's going to happen is when you're grabbing those boxes, you're pulling with your back like this, right? And you're trying to lift, especially if it's extensive lifting. Maybe at first you start lifting correctly, but over time you're lifting incorrectly. And if you put that back in the gym, okay, and if you saw me and I was doing my workouts with my weights and I was lifting incorrectly, well, that's only damaging my body. So having that strong core is going to put less stress on your back. All right, so core is really important, you know, and then, you know, trying to burn fat while you're doing your power runs, jogs, runs, whatever you're capable. All right, so that's number one. And then you can start doing strength training. You know, dumbbells. Okay, so, you know, you're working the bicep. You could do dips for the triceps. Triceps are hard for me to get. Triceps and shoulders are the hardest for me. All right, and then for the chest, I mean, I got my bench press that I'm going to show you, and that's because it's really hard to activate the chest without a bench press. But I guess you could do wide push-ups and still hit the chest. I don't know about how good. Oh, and then the triceps, aside from dips, you can do triangle push-ups. But hey, we're getting way too far into this, right? Because I'm not trying to overwhelm you like, oh man, I got to do all this stuff just to keep my body operating. And it's really comparable to a car, you know, and keeping up the maintenance. I mean, we're vehicles, and so to speak, you know. So we need to keep up our maintenance, and it doesn't take much. It just takes consistency. All right. And then for the legs, you want strong legs. You know, everybody wants that upper body. But what about the legs? You know, you don't want to have little walking on flamingo legs, you know. Big old body, you're top heavy, you know, so it's good to strengthen those legs now. You know, getting on those power walks, runs, whatever, is going to strengthen your legs, but we need more than that. So what are we going to do? We're going to do squats. And I got a medicine ball that I use when I do my squats. Or I have the curl bar that I use if I want to do heavier weight while I'm doing squats. But legs are important. Don't skip them. And then also you can do, you know, raises for your calves. I actually want to get some ankle weights so I can run incline up. I want to get my calves nice and big, or should I say bigger? But yeah, so, you know, legs and calves are really important. Then, so let me just show you my gym now. I mean, I'm trying to motivate you here. Let's see this. All right, guys, here's my gym. I wanted to show it to you in a video form, but I had technical issues. So here it is, and in the front, you can see that's a medicine ball. And then that long bar is a easy curl bar. I got two 25s on it, two 10s, so that's 70. The bar is either 5 or 10 pounds, so we'll just call it 75 pounds that I lift. Then, of course, there's the bench press you see right behind that. On top of the bench press are little hand grips, and those are for the forearms. And then I have the mat that's rolled up that you can see there. And this all doesn't take much space in my house. You can see where the door is kind of. It takes a small portion. So for the mat, of course, you get the crunches, you know, if you do some diamond push-ups, planks or whatever I do on that just to make it more comfortable. Then to the left, you can see all those extra weights. Well, that's for the bench press, or if I want to add it to my easy curl bar. And then all the way to the left is my dumbbells. They're about 20 pounds. So that's nice. I can get my lifted in like that. So I wish I could have showed you my gym in a better manner, but this was all that was possible, guys. Hey man, well, thanks for watching the movie. I just want to inspire you, man. You don't got to be Superman. You don't see results overnight. It's a process. It's consistency. You put in that 10, 15 minutes. Like when I was overweight, I put in 10 or 15 minutes every other day. And you know what? Over a cycle of time, that 10 or 15 minutes is going to feel simple to you. What was once hard is going to be simple. So you're going to want to, go for an extra, make it 25, 30 minutes a day. But really, you just need to keep up on the maintenance. I mean, there's so many health benefits to it. It's crazy. I'm talking mental. I'm talking organ-wise. I'm talking just everything, just happiness. So I really wish you guys can start something. The most essential things that you can get is the dumbbells and the mat, because you could do your core workouts on the mat. You could do your push-ups. You get those dumbbells, you can do a little lifting just for the strength part. Medicine ball is good too. And you can use outside for running. So you got it, man. It doesn't cost much. It just takes a little dedication and salvage of time. So yeah, anyways, if you like this video, thumbs up. In the comments below if I inspired you, let me know about it. Glad I could just make this video for you guys, and I'm going to go about my day. Later.